Welcome to 843 TV. I am Wayne Morris with WHHI-TV.
And I'm Carrie Manning from the Village Spa.
And today we are coming to you from probably one of the nicest golf courses in the country, which is a treat.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying that, but it really doesn't do it justice until you're standing here.
It really doesn't. It's the Old Tabby Links at Spring Island, and this is an all Spring Island show today. And because we're at the golf course, our first guest is Bill Sampson, who is the golf pro here at Old Tabby Links, and he's going to tell us about some of his teaching methods and events and tournaments they have out here. Some really good information for all you golf fans.
And then our second guest is Mr. Tom Noyce. He's actually the general manager out here of Spring Island. So he's here to tell us about other amenities that people might not know about, because there's tons of stuff to do. It's not just a golf course community, that's for sure. They have plenty of other things and events to offer.
Yes, and our last guest is going to be a real estate feature segment. John Strother, who's the broker in charge here at Spring Island Realty, is going to talk about a home site and an actual home for sale that are both amazing.
They are.
So if you're interested in real estate, this is a great place to look first. And that's the show. So we'll be right back with more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where the town of Hilton Head Island comes to speak. Where Port Royal comes to speak.
.843 TV.
Where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. We are now joined by Mr. Bill Sampson, who is the golf pro at Old Tabby Golf Links here on Spring Island. Bill, how are you today?
I'm great,
Good.
thank you.
Thanks for having us at this beautiful course. We couldn't ask for a better venue today.
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
So we were talking earlier, you've been the pro here for a number of years, but you teach too. So tell us a little bit about what you do with the teaching golf lessons and also being the pro here.
Well, I've been here for almost 20 years. I've been the head golf professional director of golf for 18 now. And we do a lot of things. It's really interesting. Probably the biggest thing I do is help run all the events. We do budgets, of course, as anybody else would do. I teach quite a few hours. We're also a full service golf operation. And so that means we'll do whatever the members need. Yeah. If they need for us to come by the house and help them move furniture, that's what we do as well. so we'll do whatever they need. And so our job is more than just being in the golf business. We help food and beverage, we'll help each department work, and we try to crossover train, and it's been good.
And I would imagine in a community like this, you really get to build relationships with the residents, whereas if you're at a huge course and it's just another member. Out here, I'm sure there's bonds between your staff and the actual residents.
It really is. We become part of the family. And that's really the plus in working here. My wife does the buying in the golf shop. We're fortunate we bring our dog as well. And in the summer, some days the kids will come, and our members know our families, and they want to know our families, and they want to be a part of our family just as much as we want to be a part of theirs. We've seen their grandkids grow up, and kids grow up, and so it's been fun.
Well, explain a little bit about how you teach, because I'm sure everybody has their special little things that they do, and what type of people want to take lessons. I mean, a lot of people are intimidated by that.
I do find that a lot of people are intimidated by lessons, and what we try to do here is make them very welcomed. And it's different at times. We teach beginning clinics. I teach some collegiate athletes, also teach medium golfers, you would say, the average member. But we teach everywhere. We've started some beginning women's programs to try to make it more enjoyable just for them. It started with the equestrian women, and they started coming over and just playing in the afternoon. And that has become a whole group. It's called the Thumper Group, and they have a great time. And now they've gotten involved in some of our small events. Our clinics started where the women would play 9 holes, and now they've become 18-holers. And they come back to clinics.
I would start with about 3.
You would start with that?
That would probably take me all
It
day.
is fun, but we do use a lot of equipment here to teach with. We do have TrackMan, which is a great tool to use. It's will give you everything from how far you hit the ball to your club head speed, ball speed, swing path angles. It is a great tool to use, but it's also something we can use for fitting. A lot of times when you're teaching someone, they don't have the right equipment.
Tools, right.
So we're trying to help them out with that as well. And I just enjoy that part of the relationship. You build a true bond when you're teaching someone. And I learned that from Rick Berry at Sea Pines. Back when I first got in the business, Rick said, you know, you got to teach the individual. You just don't teach a
And
method.
everybody's different.
Right. And if you teach a method, I find that you can only teach certain people.
Right.
And so I just try to teach the person. I use TPI, which is Titleist Performance Institute. It's golf fitness. We also have golf fitness programs. You find that some people just can't swing a golf club.
Right.
And it's a fitness reason. And so you find out what's wrong with them and be able to give them some off-course exercises to do that will help their full swing, or it could even help their short game. So those are some of the areas where we work on that.
I've talked to some members that didn't play golf before they came here, and is that a fairly common occurrence?
It has been here. I had a couple a few years back that bought here for the hunting, and I don't think they've been on one hunt. So they came to see what the golf was about. We started teaching, and they started taking lessons, and they play golf almost every day. And when they're in New York, they go to the pier, if it's snowing or whatever, hitting golf balls.
Well, that's one of the neat things about Bill. He's such a good teacher. He can teach over the phone. I mean, I know a number of times people have called him from somewhere else. Bill, I'm in a tournament tomorrow. You know, I'm hitting the balls, you know, and he just settles them down, gets in their head a little bit with them. What are you doing? What's happening? Okay, this is what I want you to do. And you know, maybe or may not be physically, you know, teaching, but he gets their mind in the right place.
I think that's the hardest thing about golf too, because it is such a mind game.
It's above the neck.
Yes.
But it is, and I even do internet lessons. So
Really?
if someone's away for the summer, I just ask them to send me an email of their golf swing. And you can just do it with a phone and record it, email it to me, and I'll tell them what to work on, send it back
I
to
have
them.
to record my husband's swing all the time so he can do all that.
So you know what that is?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's hard to teach yourself. So what you can do, you can take that and move it to having a golf professional help you.
We noticed earlier that there's a leaderboard over there by the clubhouse. You guys just wrapped up a tournament. What other tournaments, what types of tournaments do you guys do out here?
We do the common events, which would be your member guest, member. We do one-day member guest. Club championship has been popular. We changed that format a little bit where it's not just stroke play. We have a Stableford, so that way everyone can play.
Yeah.
But some of our special events, we do a 3-club challenge where you only take 3 golf clubs out on the golf course and you play 9 holes. And you get in, you find out you really play about the same.
I was going to say, so you're probably better.
That's
Just
right.
as good or just
And
as bad.
A lot of our events were created by members.
Yeah.
And being here as long as I have, we've been able to sit in the office and just come up with some ideas. And David Dobby, the gentleman from England, and he came up with this idea of 3 clubs. It was his way to exercise. Then we also do, it's called the Moore Cup Putting Challenge, where our superintendent sets up the greens for a putting tournament. And our members go out and just putt, and we find the best putter on the island. And so those tournaments have become very popular. We'll get 50, 60 players for each one of those events.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, you got it. Those are the big 2 right there.
We just had a 20-year member win the Chafin Cup for the first time this year, and
Wow.
he was so moved.
So his game improved over time.
Or
got
maybe he
luckier.
outlasted. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Bill, thank you so much for visiting with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be right back with more 843 TV.